Okay, this is the latest van conversion, 2018. It has got 87,000 miles on the clock, comes with a full service history. It's had its cam belt done at I think 64,000, something like that. Full service history, as I say, just been serviced, and it has a clean MOT until August 26. Now let me show you inside the cab. This is in perfect condition. There's not a mark on any of these seats. The dash is all very good, and the van is working perfectly, really. It's a really smooth running van. Just have a look around the other seats there. Okay, so that's the van. Now let's have a look inside. Now this is a brand new conversion. Everything in it is brand spanking new. The fridge, the battery, all of that sort of stuff. But let me tell you what I've done with the van first off. Behind these wall panels we have some thick insulation, which is made of the shredded bottles. You get the stuff from B&Q, it's like shredded up plastic bottles. Very good stuff, and there's a thick layer of that throughout all of the walls and the ceiling. On the floor I've gone for the Kingspan PRI, is it called, and yeah, the insulation board, which is under the subfloor, and then we have a laminate floor on top of that. So very well insulated van. All of the furniture in this van is hand built. It makes it very strong and very light, so there's not a lot of weight in this van. I think the heaviest thing is probably the worktops, which are indeed solid beechwood. The van has a very light and airy feel to it. I've done it with this wheat, I think it's called wheat or barley, coloured stretch carpet, and we've got matching sort of tweed herringbone curtains and upholstery, and very light cabinet work, and I think this all works very well. Let me tell you how the van is powered. On the roof we have a 120 watt solar panel, and that feeds into a charging unit which charges the leisure battery. That charging unit also takes charge from the alternator of the van when the van is running, keeping the battery topped up all the time. In the battery box we've got everything we need there. We've got the main leisure battery, which is 130 amp hours. We have the battery controller, we have the various fuses, and we have the fuse box to the internal electrical components. The van also has a mains hookup, which will give power to these two 240 volt sockets. Now in the kitchen area of the van we have this 2-ring LPG hob, which is fed from a gas bottle below. We have a large deep sink with a tap, and to feed that we have a 15 litre freshwater and a 15 litre wastewater tank. The other tank in here is for the diesel heater. I've put this on the same side as the fill-up and made this external door, which makes it extremely easy to top the diesel up when you need to. The van also has a brand new 40 litre fridge, which runs off the 12 volt system. Now to control the electrics, what we have is a switch at the door which switches on and off the ceiling lights, and we have this 5-switch panel, which the first switch here switches the panel on itself, which powers your USBs and your 12 volt outlet. The second one does the kitchen lights. The third one does the backlights, and the fourth one is for the fridge. There's also a spare there if anything else would be put in the van later. Above that what we have is this battery monitor, which will tell us the health of the leisure battery and also the health of the starter battery. And on this side what we have is this bottom panel, which again gives you 2 more USB sockets and another 12 volt outlet. And just above that we have the control for the diesel heater. What we have is a 5 kilowatt diesel heater in here, and that will warm the place up absolutely fine, even on the coldest of days. Now for seating and the bed, we have this unit at the back here. This is like 2 bench seats, and we have storage underneath each of these. And what happens here is, I'll show you, the table drops down. We can store the legs somewhere. The table will drop down onto these rails on the front. We have another infill which will go in the front here, and then simply these 2 back cushions will come and fit in the middle, and that will give you a bed which is 120 wide, and I believe it's 185 in length. It's a very simple operation. And back into seat and table, I just want to take those off first. We can stash this little infill in here. Big pulls, go back in the floor, and then we get the table like so. I'll just put it in place. There we are. Now let me tell you about storage in here. We have these top cupboards which are all secured with these catches. On the kitchen area we have 3 drawers and we have an empty storage cupboard and the one with the gas bottle in, which you could get some more stuff in really. On the other side we have more top cupboards, and we have a large cupboard here on the sink area, and of course the cupboard underneath the sink for the water and diesel. There's also a large space above the cab which could store duvets or anything like that. And as I say, underneath each of these seats at the back, each of them lift up and give more storage under there. We have a large window on each side of the van, and these are both opening windows, so you can get a good ventilation flow through there. We've got two windows in the back doors. We also have an opening skylight just above the seating area, and we have an extractor fan just close to the hob, just to take any fumes or anything out. So that's the van. As I say, for the internal decor, it's got a very light sort of airy feel to it, with this light carpeting and the light colour on the doors and the framework and things like that. It's a medium wheelbase, which makes it an L2 H2. I've laid it out as best I can to make best use of the space in the van. The van is absolutely ready to go. As I say, recently serviced, long MOT, so it is ready for adventure. Right, I thank you very much for watching the video. If you would like to see how I build these types of vans, you could also go to my YouTube channel. I haven't got a video for this actual build, but there are videos for very similar builds. So I thank you very much for watching.